Hello everybody, this is Brian with Zimco Survival. I'm back out in the woods today. I'm going to go ahead, take this opportunity to do a review of the Snugpak all-weather shelter. I ordered this a while ago. I tried to do the video once, but I realized that really hard to do alone. Take the video, give scale, everything else. So I brought my wife Sarah along with me to kind of help give an idea of scale as far as the shelter itself goes. So first we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take this out of the bag and kind of show it to you, and then we'll go ahead and set up the tarp in a couple of different configurations. I think 3 of the most popular I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, the stuff sack that it comes in, it's okay, but it's not the best quality stuff sack. As you can see down here, it's just a single stitch. So I would be, in there too, I would be a little concerned if I was to try to shove this whole tarp in here. So what I always do is I actually wrap it up first and then put it in. Let's go ahead and get the tarp out. The tarp itself is made out of 210 ripstop diamond weave nylon. It is waterproof and windproof. It's actually designed a little bit cool. Now, it's a 10 by 10 tarp, and it has a number of features that I really like. First feature is it has these snaps all the way around all the way down one side of the tarp, so that you can snap it together to turn it into a bivvy. I'm not going to turn it into a bivvy because I personally don't think that a tarp like this would make a particularly good emergency bivvy. This is the waterproof side, or the top. As you can see the patterning there. Something that I like is that each corner has a grommet, a nice metal grommet that's been reinforced, and the tie loops here have all been reinforced as well. This whole thing connects to the tie loop. So you get this nice big area here of actual good sewing. So I don't feel like this thing is going to come apart. Now what it does have around 2 sides are additional anchor points. And down the middle, if I can find it, down the middle at an angle, here's one. It has additional tie points, so that you can put it up in the stereotypical hammock fashion using a ridge line with this. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you that one first, and then we'll do just a standard, kind of pup tent style tarp layout. And then I'm going to do one that I like, which I use personally for areas where the wind is kind of heavy. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll be right back once I get this put up, and I'll see you then. Alright, there we go. This is your standard kind of teepee style, or not teepee style, your standard kind of hammock style tarp, where it's in a triangular pattern. Now let me go ahead and bring you up a little bit closer here. You can see I have the ridge line, and I have it actually running through those 3 loops across the top. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can run it like a regular, ridge line if you want to, but I just decided to show it to you the way they actually kind of set it up to be laid out. Let me bring you right over here. You have the grommet there, and this, I think, is the only weakness to the whole setup. Little aluminum pegs. I haven't gone out and bought more yet because I wanted to show you guys kind of what comes with it. What comes with this particular kit are 3, or actually 4 lines, 10 feet long. They're 550 paracord. And there's the other peg. They are 550 paracord, and they come with little tensioners on the end. Now, I never use tensioners because I tend to use slip knots, but you do get 4 of those if you decide to use them. Now let me take you inside the tent. All right. All the seams are taped. I haven't seemed to have any issues with them. All the seams are double stitched. All of the side anchor points right here are all reinforced as well and double stitched. So the overall quality of the tarp I think is pretty good. And I have Sarah in here to give you guys kind of a scale as to, see there she is, she's standing up now.
I'm 5'1" 3/4" and I can stand up and touch.
So that gives you guys a pretty good idea of just how large this thing actually is. Now let me go ahead, I'm going to set it up in more of a traditional lean-to style, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. I have the lean-to style here set up, and all I did was I raised up one corner and tied it over there to that tree so that I could get the water runoff down this way, and I could tie a container here and be able to collect that way. But this is more like what I would use for like a base camp where I had more than one person with me. Now you can raise up that side over there and take it out farther if you wanted to. I didn't think it was necessary for the demonstration. That's always, you know, personal preference. Let me go ahead and kind of give you guys an idea of the size in here. But this, and as you can see with this one, I just ran the ridgeline traditional. Nothing too complicated. But there you have it. That's the second style. Let's move on to the third. And this is the third one. Now this is the one that I build if I know the weather's going to be particularly bad. And it's pretty easy and quick. You tie one corner right up there in a diamond shape. Put a stake here. Put a stake here. Put a stake there. Now you can always add more stakes if you need to. If the wind is really bad and you want to lower the bottom here so it touches the ground. But I don't really worry about that. Now let me go ahead and show you what the inside looks like. Currently my wife is doing some decorating. There we are. More than large enough for 3 people. Now this whole tarp weighs probably, well, 2.2 pounds. So it's not ultra light, but as far as a 10-foot by 10-foot tarp goes and how much space is in here, I honestly believe it's well worth the extra weight. Now Snugpak does make one called the, I forgot the name of it. It's a small one. It's a 5x8, just a one-man tarp. Well, this is more of a group tarp, unless of course you're doing hammock camping, in which case it's just a really big one-man tarp. Now, I'll be right back. Actually, I'm going to set the camera down here and I'm going to sit in front of it and talk to you guys. There we are. I believe the tarp is really quite good. I think it's definitely meets all of my expectations. Like I said, I brought my wife along because I couldn't give a good idea of scale on the video without having somebody in the actual tarp, and it was hard for me to kind of walk around and do everything and then get in the tarp to show you guys. So I figured I'd bring her along and kind of have her help me out a little bit. But some cons about this tarp: they give you cheap aluminum stakes. All right, just very cheap little aluminum stakes. I would highly recommend buying some good stakes. The other con is, because it is large, it's kind of hard to pack down. So it's not something you're going to be able to pack down really quick. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a quick tarp, this isn't the tarp for you. General kind of consensus on it, in my opinion, and my friends who have used it and kind of asked me about it and stuff like that, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think they could change the design up just a little bit, kind of give some more lashing points along the top if you want to use it as a standard kind of pup tent style, because right now it only has them running diagonally. So that would give you kind of some more options without having to actually run it over your ridge line. But other than that, quality of the tarp is there. I mean, it's a good tarp. And I think the price that I paid for it was $55. So it's not an ultra expensive tarp, but it's not a cheap one either. So I definitely kind of take a look at that and make sure that this kind of tarp is what you're looking for. Because you do spend $55 for it. It's not something you just buy and say, nah, I think I can do without it. Make sure that a tarp is something you want to use. And if you do, I think the Snugpak is a good price and it's a good high quality tarp. Like I said, the only real cons are the pegs and the fact they only have the straps running for the ridgeline in one direction, and that's diagonally. Other than that, I think it's a great tarp. So yeah, probably an 8 out of 10 in my opinion. But there you go, there's my review. And now you guys have met my wife. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can find this and pretty much anything else I do reviews on in my Amazon store. Just go ahead and click the link in the description. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much. Please have a great day. Bye-bye.